set you up in your spot or wherever, trying to get as interactive as possible. Yeah.
In terms of if he cries
What do you
and to
say?
make there some to make that choice to continue with that.
Listen, when you're struggling, soon becomes later, becomes someday, becomes when. Don't reach out.
Find resources at ea.org/.
Everybody in my house knows how to ride a bike except me. People ask, how your children learn how to ride a bike and you didn't. I didn't teach them. I just created the environment, but they taught themselves. And all I have to do is lead them.
Nation's senior national forest monitoring entities on eyes and on ears in Monster, Idaho.
And Dallas's injuries were significantly more brutal.
Very, very big find that you've discovered, but even more complicated.
You're watching Oklahoma's News 4 this morning.
The person tasked with temporarily taking over the Oklahoma County Jail, problematic jail there, sharing their next step coming up.
And the pay raise approved. The vote by Oklahoma County officials that results in a $13,000 pay hike.
Good money,
Yeah, take a single coffee. Say to wake up. It's Monday, kid. It is. Did you have a good weekend? Good. It's over too soon. All right, I am Green Berry in for Allie Meyer. John Slater, you are tracking the big change in our forecast.
Big changes now. I saw you on the weekend. He came to put you up for it. Friday night.
That's why you sleepy this
All right, let's check out the weather. We got an Arctic blast, but not until Thursday morning, all right? So let's take a look outside right now. It's mostly cloudy. Temperatures all above freezing. That's the good news. Strong south winds, though, making it feel a little bit chilly out there. Little weather system zipping on through the area overnight to the morning hours. Unfortunately, not much moisture. We're still dealing with this drought. We'll take any kind of moisture, but not much moisture with this. It rapidly has moved off to the north and east. And we have a little light winter mix moving up the Kansas right now. But here in central Oklahoma, mostly cloudy skies, gusty winds out of the south. Temperatures way above freezing. Low to mid-40s outside right now. We got the 30s northwest, 20s out in Panhandle. We had a little light winter mix up here in northwestern Oklahoma a couple hours ago, moving rapidly up to Kansas. But no travel issues. The temperatures are just way above freezing. Winds are gusty out of the south, especially from Oklahoma City to the west, out of the southeast, gusting over 30 miles per hour. So it feels cold. It feels like temperatures down in the 30s right now across the state. Even feeling colder out there in the Panhandle, some teens and single digit winds right now. So upper 30s to around low 40s this morning, and 50 this afternoon. Variable clouds, sunshine, gusty winds out of the south. By 10 p.m. it's mostly cloudy, 42. So we can handle 50, but look what's coming. Big Arctic air mass below zero, surging towards Oklahoma. When does it hit? What does it mean? Details come on.
Hi, John. We'll wait for that timing coming up. Well, a violent weekend across the metro. Here in Oklahoma City, police investigate a shooting happened at an apartment complex on the city's northwest side.
This victim was shot 3 times at the London Square Village Apartments last night. Several police units responding to the scene near Northwest 10th around 9. We are working to learn suspect information at this time. Of course, this is an ongoing investigation.
And now Norman, where police say a shooting left one person dead.
It happened fairly close to Norman High School in the Lexington Crossing Mobile Home Park. Police say they found the victim dead inside a car. There is very limited information at this time, but police say they are searching for a suspect.
But investigators are still formulating what happened the whole time. The one victim is the only one we're aware of.
Again, police need your help if you know anything about this possible homicide. They tell us they do not have anyone in custody at this time, so they are counting on you to share information about this investigation.
And a woman fighting for her life after being shot at the farmer's market here in Oklahoma City.
Police say she was shot near Reno and Exchange Avenue around 3 o'clock yesterday morning. Authorities say she is in serious condition. We are working to find out suspect information at this time and a motive.
And fire crews busy too. They're investigating a house fire that happened before 8 a.m. on Sunday.
We're told neighbors reported the house fire near Southeast 29th and High Avenue. At one point, it was full of flames. Good news, no one was hurt during this fire. What sparked those flames remains under investigation.
And the Oklahoma Highway Patrol is investigating a deadly crash that happened on I-40 near MLK. The crash happened about 4:30 Saturday afternoon. We know the victim is a man and was pronounced dead in a hospital. No word right now on what led up to the crash,
Needs
but
a
of
little
course we'll continue to
service
follow
on
it.
cleaning.
Well, the man police say shot and killed a child in a drive-by shooting is now behind bars. 9-year-old Demarcus Fuller Jr. was playing video games inside his father's home when he was hit by a bullet in October.
Police tell us they believe the home was targeted, but that Demarcus was not. Sean Beals was arrested for this killing, and he now faces a first-degree murder complaint.
The new interim Oklahoma County Jail Administrator sharing next steps for his troubled channel.
Randy Gardner spoke at Ebenezer Church yesterday morning. Gardner shared with the congregation that this is her passion. Gardner says she has seen public sentiment about the jail department, as well as multiple cases about the abuse there. And she says she's working hard to inform the staff the concept of progressiveness.
You must have a servant's heart, and you must know what it means to really make a difference and dedicate yourself to being that difference. It's easy to judge someone based on how they look or present, but I encourage you to look past that and remember that everyone has a story.
Gardner went on to say it's now heard that others' obligation to provide a safe and caring environment for those who wind up going through the county's jail system.
Well, the historic Skirvin Hotel is being sold to the Chickasaw Nation and investment firm.
Now, the purchase of the hotel was finalized on Friday. It's good news. Investors say they have $15 million set aside for renovations, including a refresh of the guest rooms and banquet hall that starts next year. The Skirvin will stay open during renovation. Hotel, the classic hotel, built back in 1910, is the oldest here in the state for over 120 years.
Well, some Oklahoma County officials voting to take on the health
Motion passes 6-1.
A majority vote at Thursday's budget meeting leads to a raise for 8 Oklahoma County elected leaders, starting in the new year. In the past 2 years, elected county officials getting 2 separate raises for $30,000. Some claim the decision comes due to the growing cost of living.
Even though you're making the same, your ability to keep your life up, your ability to save your money, do what you do each and every day of your life has lowered because of inflation.
Recently, the county also gave its employees an 8.5% raise to fight inflation, and this move allows elected leaders to pay its staff even more in the future. District 2 County Commissioner Brian Mon, who was the lone no vote, says the system is flawed.
The elected officials who get the maximum pay raise that are entering into office in January will be able to pay their staff doing the same job infinitely more.
For instance, Mon will get $7,000 of that raise because his term doesn't start in the new year. For those just elected, he'll get the full amount. His employees also won't benefit.
I just think unfairly that has been put down on these employees who, by no fault of their own, have to work for a set of elected officials who were elected the cycle 2 years ago.
The salaries, which are public record, will look like this starting January 3rd. The county treasurer receives around $124,000. The court clerk, sheriff, and commissioner of District 2 get paid just over $130,000. Commissioners in District 1 and 3, as well as the county assessor, make a little more than $135,000, and once the county clerk is elected in April, will make $135,000 as well.
Andrew Bill is reporting. He also says he plans to ask the Attorney General to possibly forward legislation to make salaries among the 8 leaders equal. Amon says the funds come from the county general reserve fund.
Right, we'll follow that. We'll still to come as Christmas grows closer and closer. It can be hard for families with loved ones away to serve, but it makes these reunions much better. Coming up, one dad's early Christmas surprise.
Plus, a local artist making a name for himself. This man uses the network art medium. He creates on a classic toy. Let's go with this one.
You're watching Oklahoma's News 4 This Morning with Ali Meyer, Ken Ogle, Emily Sutton, John Slater, and Guia Berry, bringing you more local news, more local weather. Oklahoma's News 4, looking out for you.
Cox offers a range of high-speed internet plans that fit any budget. Get Cox internet for $19.99 a month through the FCC's Affordable Connectivity Program. See if you qualify at cox.com/ACP.
If you're buzzed and doing this to make yourself feel okay to drive, you're not okay to drive.
If music that kicks you and absolutely beat the watch party here, I feel like you should turn around and yell, "We're calling it for your guy." Maybe they have the wrong channel on.
Whisper to them they might want to change the screen from CNN to News Nation. Watching News Nation, you're ahead of the game.
Everybody in my house knows how to ride a bike except me. People ask, how your children learn how to ride a bike than you do. I didn't teach them. I just created environments that they taught themselves, and I'm asking you to do this. That's good news. As an unbiased teacher, researcher products in real-world situations, providing recommendations on just about everything. So the best thing is, look at that video. Seriously, I need it.
If you are now in the community, speak out. There are more of us together and apart. So we need to stand up. If you love me enough to tolerate my cricket field knowledge learning gadgets, then of course you'll visit nhksa.com. You can very quickly.
Well, welcome back. We were having fun at Pajama Day at Skyview Elementary last week, but that wasn't the biggest treat for one thing.
That's right, the family at Jobo's at DPU, they were thrilled when Army Capital Training surprised the 3 kids who had last level capital training. They've been on since September 13th, taking a basic officer leadership course in South Carolina. So thrilled and so the kids both with that for pictures, and Skyview staff thankful for his service.
That was amazing. So exciting.
Great story. Right here's the holidays, too. Coming up on 5:12 now this morning.
All right, John Slater tracking our forecast this morning. John, we need to appreciate today because it's going to get cold.
I know. So you say you want a white Christmas?
You really?
Well, not if it comes with wind chill factor 30 below. We're going to check out the long-range forecast. Stick around. Latest weather information straight ahead.
Cox offers a range of high-speed internet plans that fit any budget. Get Cox internet for $19.99 a month through the FCC's Affordable Connectivity Program. See if you qualify at cox.com/ACP.
Always that finger started.
If you are now in the community, speak out.
Yeah.
There are more of us together and apart. So we need to stand up.
When they learn something new, and you can just see people's faces, it's such an incredible moment. Those moments that are amazing.
Yeah. Our stabilized
Very, very big.
pull your fill line, cut down all your gas.
And your struggle soon becomes later, becomes someday, becomes when.
Worst part is that fill line. That's why you
It's all good.
you love me enough to routinely test your name against Bill? Not to mention the strength of your marriage, then of course you'll visit nhpsa.gov/right to make sure I'm in the right heart.
Is your husband doing this to make yourself feel okay to drive? You're not okay to drive.
Oh, man. Good way to get paid for the gas.
Now, forewarned weather with John Slater.
Good Monday morning. Let's take a look outside right now. Not bad at all. Mostly cloudy skies. Just the winds out of the south. The temperatures are all above freezing. That's good news. Downtown Oklahoma City right there. Mostly cloudy skies. All right, what are the headlines here? Arctic blast still on the way. Coming into the metro around sunrise on Thursday morning. Strong early winds. 40 gets to 60 miles per hour. Temperatures falling into the single digits by lunchtime on Thursday. Strong early winds, dangerous wind chills, perhaps 15 to 30 below zero. So big time cold coming in on the strong winds. We could see some power outages. So really it's imperative that you have a way to stay warm if you lose power, because if you lose power, you might lose your heat. That's really the life-threatening
Generator
whole situation. In terms of snow, just a little bit of light snow and flurries as we squeeze out here in the metro area as that cold air comes rushing in. Heavy snow stays way off to our north. And right now, it's mostly cloudy, 43 south wind, strong gusts of 20, 30 miles per hour. That's keeping temperatures above freezing. Low to mid-40s here in central Oklahoma. We got some 30s in the far northwest, 20s in Panhandle, but basically, everyone with the exception of the Panhandle above freezing right now. Very strong winds out of the south, especially from around Oklahoma City to the west.
Post this on the
South
website.
up over 30 miles per hour. That makes it feel cold.
Gotta have a generator special, get them in.
Most of the area right now in the 30s, even feeling colder out there in the Panhandle. All right, here's the Arctic air right now. It's below zero in Great Falls, Montana. Below zero in Minot, North Dakota. All up through central western Canada. The leading edge of this, Bruce's Oklahoma City around sunrise on Thursday, okay? Little system last night produced a little bit of moisture, not enough. We're still in this drought, all right? We just did not get much out of this system at all. It's rapidly moving away. Mostly cloudy, but it's dry here in central Oklahoma right now. Temperatures above freezing. We have been tracking that light winter mix moving up through northwestern Oklahoma earlier. That is now kind of changing the snow, moving up into Kansas. So on the jet stream, this little system coming through this morning has a little front with it. This is not the big deal front. So a little front comes through here in the next couple of days and stalls out. Here comes the big deal, Arctic blast. Late Wednesday, it's still to our northwest, right? So we're milder on Wednesday, and here it comes. Early Thursday morning, blast through, right? We'll clean down a little bit of light snow and flurries here in the metro area. That's it. Bitter cold right on through the Christmas weekend. Then that moves away, and we start warming up pretty quickly after Christmas and that following week. What about snow? Well, the heaviest snow by far stays to our northeast, eastern Kansas, Missouri. That's the heaviest snow. We can get clipped by a few inches of snow in far northeastern Oklahoma. Maybe an inch or so around Tulsa, dusting to a half inch in the metro area, just a few flurries down in the south and west. So it's the cold air that's the big story, and the wind. So today, variable cloud sunshine, a south wind, temperatures around 50 degrees. Tonight, that first front kind of pushes on through, colder northwest, 20s to 30s, 40s down in the southeast with mostly cloudy skies. And then tomorrow, that front stalls down through southern Oklahoma, mostly cloudy. Chillier 30s to the northwest, near 50s. down in southeast on Tuesday afternoon. Then on Wednesday, we're still on the mild side, have that Arctic front in the 40s. Here it comes. By early Thursday morning, around 40 early, dropping to 8 by lunchtime. Stronger winds, wind chills could be 30 below with some light snow and flurries blowing around, all right? And it clears out at 2 degrees for a low temperature here on Friday morning. Sunny, 17 Friday afternoon. 22 for a high. Christmas Eve dinner. Guys, after a cold start this morning, we're both leaving on Christmas Day 36, and we're jumping to 50 right after Christmas. So, big Arctic blast. The big deal is going to be the cold and the wind combined. And if we get some power outages, that's the bad deal. Because that means you might not have heat, right? So you have to find a way to stay warm if you don't have power and heat. So don't think about it. In other words, repair now. You got it.
The two is not very high, for sure. All right, thank you. Well, Local Art is getting noticed for his unique drawings. Instead of paint, pens, or pencils, he draws with the Etch a Sketch.
This guy is incredibly talented. His work off the set shows us.
I've always been very creative. Always been really into just sharing art with the world.
Tim Stevens' love for art shouldn't be in question. From creating comic books and drawing on cardboard boxes as a kid in Cincinnati, Ohio, he and his family made their way to Oklahoma, where he's now a graphic designer for a living. But despite the numerous creations in his life or for his job, he's become locally known on social media for his Christmas drawings on Etch-a-Sketches.
I love the medium. It's a fun little way to tie it into Christmas.
Stevens says it started 13 years ago when his 7-year-old daughter was homesick in December. She didn't have anything to do, so he went and picked up an Etch-a-Sketch.
And I just looked at me like, what is this? This isn't an iPad. So I probably started showing her how to do stairs, and then it evolved into here's a tree, here's a Christmas tree.
His wife Emily shared those on Facebook. From there, he started getting requests to draw more stuff.
I'm a nostalgic guy. I kind of pulled from my childhood, and so it just made sense.
And from there, it grew. He does it every year for 12 days at Christmas time, calling it 12 Days of Etch-a-Sketch. And then they go on Facebook, drawing Spider-Man, Charlie Brown, the Grinch, and much more.
It's just fun things, the leg lamp, and things like that we all love. And
at this point, he says he doesn't think he'd be able to stop doing it, but that's okay. Even that, and that he loves sharing the holiday cheer with others.
It's all about getting somebody to chuckle and giving them a fun thing that they remember from their childhood or sharing with their family, and doing it through art and wacky, nostalgic little toy.
Austin Brissett, Oklahoma's News 4.
Yeah, and it takes a lot of patience. Stevens says each drawing only takes him about 30 to 45 minutes to complete. That's amazing.
That guy's got talent. He can just see it. Amazing to me. Coming up here on News 4, a simple holiday gesture now turned into a national movement.
And how it reads across America honors fallen parents across the country. That story up next.
Cox offers a range of high-speed internet plans that fit any budget. Get Cox Internet for $19.99 a month through the FCC's Affordable Connectivity Program. See if you qualify at cox.com/ACP.
If you're buzzed and doing this to make yourself feel okay to drive, you're not okay to drive.
Everybody in my house knows how to ride a bike except me. People ask, how your children learn how to ride a bike and you didn't? I didn't teach it. I just put it in driving, but they talk themselves. And all I have to do is leave it.
Best Reviews is an unbiased team of researching products in real-world situations with reliable recommendations on just about everything. For the best reviews, go to bestvideos.com. Seriously, we ran.
Listen, when your struggle shows, becomes later, becomes someday, becomes when. Still, reach out.
Find resources at va.gov/.
If you're an ally of the community, speak out, there are more of us together at a park. And so they need to stand with them.
It's you, and after we beat the watch party here, I feel like you should turn around and yell, "We're calling it for your guy." Maybe they have the wrong channel on.
Listen to them, they might want to change the screen from CNN to News Nation. If you're watching News Nation, you're ahead of the game.
Well, here are consumer news this morning. As we prepare for the new year, millions of Americans will see a bump in Social Security benefits. The increase in payment is the largest in decades, and it is designed to help offset inflation. On average, benefits will increase by more than $140 per month. So when will these benefits kick in?
Okay, well, stick with me on this. The people who receive the supplemental security income will receive two payments sometime this month. Other Social Security recipients will see payments roll out next month, depending on what day their birthday falls on. So, if you were born between the 1st and 10th day of the month, you'll receive your check on the second Wednesday of each month. Between the 11th and 20th, the third Wednesday, and any other day, the fourth Wednesday of the month. And lastly, for those people who received Social Security before May of 1997, or who received both Social Security and Social Security income, the payment will come on January 3rd.
And that is a lot to follow.
That's a lot to follow along. I hope you found your date in there.
Oh, yeah. Well, the U.S. Postal Service is looking to hire Oklahomans for a brand new career position. The agency needs 200 people to be postal vehicle operators. Now, those are drivers who operate postal vehicles that do not need a commercial driver's license. Starting pay is $25.70 an hour. There will be a job fair on tomorrow from 9:30 to 2:30. You can find more information about this on our website and also on your screen.
There you go. More than 3,000 locations across the U.S. remembering veterans during an event called Wreaths Across America.
Organizers say placing the wreaths at the tombstones of soldiers who have died started as a simple gesture that has grown into a national movement. The Oklahoma Veterans Cemetery say they will be placing more than 200 wreaths at the cemetery here in Oklahoma City.
I love that story. More than 90 UConn students gave a very special gift to one of their classmates.
Oh, this one will warm your heart. Nearly every fourth grader at Independence Intermediate learned a Christmas song in American Sign Language, so they could play it for their classmate Julian. He's a fifth grader who is also deaf. School leaders say Julian was also given a speaker so he could feel the beat of the music in his hand. His mom says she burst into happy tears when she found out about this special surprise. We're happy to see him get inclusive.
Yeah, that's so great.
Indeed it is.
Really, really cool.
John, I can tell you it was not great Thursday. I'm not ready for Thursday. Nope, it's going to be too
No
cold.
one's ready for that. Yeah, let's check out the forecast today. Comparatively, it's pretty nice. Out the door this morning around 40, mostly cloudy skies. Got the wind down the south. Up around 50 this afternoon with variable kind of sunshine and strong south breeze. Not bad at all, but there's the Arctic blast. Getting here on Thursday morning. I'm trying to figure it out. I've come up with, we're going to be below freezing here in Oklahoma City for 3.5 days before we get on the other side and warm back above freezing on Christmas afternoon. So I'll have that 7.4 tonight.
Oh, thank you, thank you. Well, it's hard to believe how quickly December is hardly flying past. Christmas less than a week away. I'm so scrambling to shop. This is Rodney Smith's Christmas lights right here in Oklahoma City. Rodney, those look great.
Yes,
Really
it
looks good.
does.
Oh, I love it.
It does. So we want to see your holiday lights. Just email us the picture at 4@k4.com. You have to write holiday lights in the subject line so we can share your picture. We'll be showing you those light displays throughout the month here on News 4. Great.
And coming up here at 5:30 on Oklahoma's News 4, Big Name Coffee Shop in Oklahoma City, taking part in the nationwide movement.
Why Starbucks baristas have joined the picket line, and that's coming up. Plus, what the governor's TikTok ban means for students at the University of Central Oklahoma. Those details next.
If your home internet comes from a cell phone network, it's just plain internet, not home internet. Cox Internet is faster and has more reliable download speeds than 5G home internet.
Best Reviews is an unbiased symbol we seek to pass real-world situations with reliable recommendations on just about everything. For the best reviews, go to bestvideo.com. Seriously,
If you're an ally of the community,
speak out. There are more of us together than apart. And so they need to stand with you.
If you're buzzed and doing this to make yourself feel okay to drive, you're not okay to drive. When you're struggling, shows becomes later, becomes someday, becomes when. Don't reach out.
Find resources at va.gov/. Conditions International Flight 120 entries our eyes and our ears in Moscow, Idaho.
$1,000,000 injuries were significantly more brutal.
Very, very big find that we discovered, but even more complicated.
If you love me enough to tolerate my perfect little pet, and all my glory standard, then click over to nhpsa.gov/. Please send me your questions.
You're watching Oklahoma's News 4 this morning.
Still ahead this morning, how an out-of-state police officer caught a bait-and-switch thief operating in Oklahoma and Illinois.
Wow, plus a record number of guns were confiscated at security checkpoints this year. Coming up, what GSA is saying about traveling with guns.
Thanks for joining us here on Oklahoma News 4. I'm Ken Ogle.
Happy Monday. I'm Bria Berry in for Allie Meyer this morning. And John, we are going to appreciate today because things are going to change in the next coming days.
This is going to be like summertime compared to what we have coming in.
Exactly, yeah, for sure, because we're talking about the real deal Arctic blast heading this way. Should be here by Thursday morning around sunrise here in Oklahoma City. Let's take a look outside right now. Comparatively, we're not bad at all. Temperatures are about freezing, mostly cloudy skies. A little strong and dusty at the south, so it feels a little colder with that wind chill factor. Little system came through overnight. Unfortunately, did not produce that much moisture. The stillness throughout, we still need moisture, and we're kind of in a very dry winter time right now. I get a few scattered showers rapidly move on by. We're right in the mix of northwestern Oklahoma. Moving rapidly into Kansas right now. Here in the metro area, we're dry. Mostly cloudy skies, gusty winds out the south, temperatures way above freezing, low to mid-40s. The entire state really above freezing, except in central western sections of Oklahoma, Canada. Otherwise, the 30s in the western Oklahoma and 40s down in the southeast. The winds, though, are a big deal out of the south-southeast. Strong and gusty from around Oklahoma City back to western Oklahoma, over 30 miles per hour. That's making it feel colder. Feels like temperatures across most of the state right now in the 30s. So bundle up. It's even colder out there in the Panhandle. So for the metro area, around 40 degrees out the door this morning, mostly cloudy skies, gusty winds out of the south. This afternoon, variable cloud, sunshine, gusty winds out of the south. We'll see high temperature around 50 by 10 p.m. Partly mostly cloudy, 42. Not bad at all compared to warmth coming down the road. It's below zero across the northern Rockies, northern plains right now. We're tracking this brutally cold air mass by 7 April 4 more. North.
John, thank you. Another deadly hit and run in Oklahoma City. The police are now hoping newly released video will help them solve this one from November.
Yeah, take a good look at the screen here. This is the vehicle that's coming in. It appears to be that the small white car you saw there, silver possibly. Should have significant. Oh, shit. No. You're right. Don't do that to me. Thank you. The victim was struck while crossing a roadway north of First Terrace and North Finn on November 2nd, shortly after 9 o'clock at night. The driver left the scene and the victim died days later.
We have released video of the vehicle that we believe is involved in this crash that simply just kept driving, did not stop for whatever reason. We're asking the public's help in trying to identify the driver in this crash.
Police are asking anyone with any information to come forward to Oklahoma City Crime Stoppers. Your anonymous tips could earn you up to $1,000.
Well, a manhunt is underway for a man police say is armed and wounded.
Now, police in Gary are looking for this man, Cameron Farmer. Authorities said they tried to pull him over around 4 a.m. Saturday, but he took off and then led him on chase. He ended up crashing into some trees and then took off on foot. Police said they've been looking for him since then. In October, Farmer was in the Canadian County Jail for assault and battery with a dangerous weapon. Again, police say he is considered armed and dangerous.
Well, authorities have arrested a man for allegedly assaulting a person with a machete.
Suspect now identified as Jose Paredes as an active Oklahoma County warrant for assault and battery with a dangerous weapon. Police tell us they've been searching for him for 2 months before he was caught. He was found on Reno Avenue, which led to a foot chase on Wednesday. He was arrested. He's now been booked in Oklahoma County Jail, and his bail has been set at $300,000.
We're learning more about options police officers had and did not use during the arrest of a popular bakery owner. Shannon Patchett was the owner of the Cookie Cottage in Norman. She died in jail after being arrested by an officer who said she was having a mental health episode.
Well, the Department of Mental Health and Substance Abuse said there was availability at the Griffin Memorial Hospital in Norman the night of her arrest. But we learned police did not feel that Patchett qualified to be admitted to the mental health unit.
She's had a video and
Another
everything
option is
else.
possible. The Department of Mental Health has a program to connect officers in the field with mental health professionals using iPads. Currently, they work with 100.
Yeah, do not beat them up. Gotta go training for that, guys. You can't beat up the crazy ones. Quit.
We have high rates of mental illness and addiction in this state. We talk about the consequences and the problems associated with that. Let's really focus in on the solutions that we have right now and take advantage of it and celebrate what we're doing.
Oklahoma City
How are you
and the
doing?
police department said
Beating
they
the
utilize
shit out of
iPads
crazy.
and the police celebrate department
Oh, God.
that work mental health calls full time. Norman police did not clarify if they ever used the program.
Well, this story here is bizarre. There are big developments in a classic bait and switch scam.
Yeah, that's pretty crazy story. But
Check him out, check him out.
Illinois has identified a suspect from Oklahoma City's Crime Stopper page. He allegedly sold $21,000 from a local gold dealer. Illinois police say the suspect was running the same scam in their state.
Security cameras caught him as he was walking up to the window at a cash store here in the metro. He got a bag of real jewelry and praised, but said he didn't like the offer. He turns around to leave, switches the bag, and then this happens. He then says he will be 21, which is more reasonable. We're going after to see that. And that's when he hands us back the fraudulent bags of jewelry that he picked out and walked out the door and recovered $21,000.
That's a lot of money. Inside that blue bag, obviously, this counterfeit jewelry is worth nothing. So far, the suspect's name, the police say, has not been released.
Well, excessive speed was a factor in the crash that killed a Westport student and sent 4 others to the hospital.
15-year-old Colby McCarron died last Thursday afternoon. The crash on Pennsylvania and Southwest 134 involved 3 vehicles and 10 people. The family of one of the injured students does not want their name released. The other students have been identified as Tanner Gilford, Ivan McCauley, and Kelly Wolf.
There was a car in front of them actually going the same direction that was stopping to make a left turn. This led to the car in the left lane not having enough room to stop, swerved over, struck the vehicle that had the victims in it.
The posted speed limit area is 50 miles per hour, but officers say that both cars were driving much faster.
Well, an Oklahoma City Starbucks joined in on the final day of a planned strike as union fights within the company continue.
Yesterday's morning's walkout was the second major strike in a month by Starbucks workers across the United States. But it's the first time for the coffee house chain located at 23rd and Robinson. They were the first Starbucks to unionize in Oklahoma back in June. Organizers said they're taking a stand against short staffing, withheld credit card shipping, and other union store closures.
The stress and the overload and the short staffing, we're just using our legal right as workers to strike today and just, shut that kid up! We have more power we have to act together.
Union leaders say store managers were inside serving customers across the ticket line border. A strike relief fund has been set up for
Hey man, I can't beat this like coffee.
Well, now to a developing story. University of Central Oklahoma announced they will be banning TikTok from university devices. This means that students and staff members cannot access the social media platform while using UCO's Wi-Fi.
This does not ban the use of TikTok on personal devices. TikTok will only work on personal phones and computers if they're not connected to the university's Wi-Fi.
Well, the Thunder going against one of the hottest teams in the league, they win second straight against the Grizzlies. Who doesn't battle with them? And the task will be even tougher for Oklahoma City with no Shea or Josh Giddey.
Shea out with soreness, Josh with a non-COVID-19 illness. In the first quarter, Lou Dort took the lead. That was a season high, tying 24 points. The Thunder were pretty much in control after that. Finally broke their losing streak with a final score, 115 to 109. Go Thunder.
Way to go. Way to go. The entire Thunder team put holiday manager duties to make those students with a shopping spree.
The players paired up with a student athlete from Millwood to buy sports equipment and wear from Dick's Sporting Goods. It was an amazing store takeover, but the gift giving didn't stop there. Every student was also given a gift card for future shopping. We love what the Thunder do for our community. Absolutely. We'll go ahead on Oklahoma News 4. The nation has hit a grim milestone.
Now the U.S. has 16% of the worldwide COVID-19 cases. That's what we got.
Listen, when you're struggling, soon becomes later, becomes someday, becomes when. Don't. Reach out.
Find resources at ea.gov/.
In terms of the crimes and being very emotional and they've got to continue to love.
Very, very big time that we discovered, but even more complicated.
If your buzz is doing this, make yourself feel okay to drive. You're not okay to drive. Substitute is a easier tool to select real tuition to reliable recommendations of just about for the best review, go to substitute.com. Curious, way,
If you love me enough to tolerate my cricket little pet, knowledge or standard, then of course you'll be the NHK.com.
Everybody in my house knows how to ride a bike except me. People ask, how your children learn how to ride a bike and you didn't. I didn't teach it. I just created a driver, but they taught themselves, and all I had to do is teach it.
Administration on TSA says they've intercepted a record number of firearms at security checkpoints this year.
The new record breaks the one set just last year, and experts expect it to be even higher by the end of this year. This was also when Jeff joined live studio to explain this often. This is troubling.
Absolutely. TSA stopped just over 6,300 firearms this year, and more than 88% of the ones they found were loaded. Now, this is the first time they've surpassed 6,000 in a year, and beat the old record set just last year that was well over 5,900. This is also going to thanks to stop. This week, that number will get as high as 6,600 by the end of the year, which is a 19% increase in 2021. Number of firearms has increased a lot over the past decade. That number was just over 1,100 firearms at the time. In the year, it dropped in 2020. Now, it will increase. Now, TSA rules forbid carrying firearms and carry on bags. That's even if you have a weapons permit. Don't put it in your checked baggage and declare it to the airline. You can find up to 15 grand and you can be arrested depending on what state you're in or your local law there as well. TSA works with that stuff on a state.
From 1,100 to over 6,000. That's pretty incredible. Wait, what the heck? Thank you so much.
All right, and we have John Slater in our forecast, tracking our forecast weather in the Fort Warren Center this morning. John, good morning. How are you?
Okay, I hope everyone is doing well. I hope you had a great weekend. It looks like this big Arctic blast is still on track, reaching
in Oklahoma City sometime early Thursday morning. And what will be the impact? How cold, how strong the wind, what about the wind chill factor, and the snow? We'll talk about that coming up.
Costs offered during the Tri-State Electric Injection Training Budget. Get cut internet for $19.99 a month for the SBC's affordable connectivity program. You can qualify at cost.com/ACP.
In terms of crime and things, there's so much more that can be done to make that place to continue to last.
Let's review the non-wires two ways that can collect on real-world situations with reliable recommendation and just enough every time. For the best review, go to southfigure.com. Third, when veterans, when your struggle is children, becomes later, becomes someday, becomes when, don't reach out.
Find resources at VA.gov/.
If your buzz is doing this, make yourself feel okay to drive, you're not okay to drive. It's all good, baby.
Really all good. If you love me enough to continue texting me handstones, not to mention the strength of your marriage, then of course you'll live in NHTSA top value flat tonight next time we ride cars.
If this is you and actually keep a watch party here, I feel like you should turn around and yell, we're calling it for your guy. Maybe they have the wrong channel on.
Whisper to them they might want to change the screen to CNN station. You want communication, you're ahead of the game.
Now, more warm weather with John Slater.
And good Monday morning, Oklahoma. Let's take a look outside. Temperatures are way above freezing. Skies are mostly cloudy. Winds are gusty out of the south, making it feel colder, but still not bad, really, for this time of year, especially compared to what's coming down the road. Arctic blast continues to be on the way. I think it reaches Oklahoma City around sunrise Thursday morning. Strong north winds, 40, 60 miles per hour behind this Arctic blast. All right, temperatures falling into the single digits by lunchtime and holding steady in the single digits all Thursday afternoon. Those strong winds producing wind chills between about 15 and 30 below zero. So dangerously cold temperatures coming on in. Those strong winds could knock out power. So if you lose power, that could mean you lose heat, right? So you have to find a way to stay warm if you will lose power on Thursday with this Arctic blast. In terms of snow, just a little bit of light snow and flurries squeezed out as the cold Arctic air rushes in here in the metro area, maybe up to about a half inch. The heavier snows off to our northeast. Right now, it's mostly cloudy. Gusty winds out of the south, 43 degrees. The temperatures all above freezing, way above freezing. Low to mid 40s here in central Oklahoma. We got some 30s in western Oklahoma. Not even Panhandle, but most of the states you can see the main state of Oklahoma in the 40s and way above freezing. Strong winds out of the south, especially from around Oklahoma City to the west, gusting up over 30 miles per hour. So that makes it feel colder. It feels like it's mainly in the 30s across the main portion of the state. Or colder feeling out there in the Panhandle. All right, where's the Arctic blast? There it is. Temperatures right now below zero. Great Falls, Montana, North Dakota, below zero. The leading edge reaches us early on Thursday morning. Now, this little system that came through overnight, unfortunately, did not produce a whole lot of moisture. We're still in this drought, we need moisture, and unfortunately, we're in a real dry weather pattern. So not much with this. Rapidly moving up into Kansas, here in the metro, it's mostly cloudy and dry. Again, no temperatures above freezing, strong southerly wind. Light winter mix up here in western Oklahoma earlier, but temperatures above freezing, no travel issues. That's rapidly changing the snow, moving up into Kansas. So, the jet stream, that system coming through right now, will push a weak front in here next couple days, stalls out. That's not the big front. Here comes the big one. By late Wednesday, it's still to our northwest, all right? So we're mild on Wednesday, and here it comes. Boom. be on the flash last Thursday morning, bitter cold right through Christmas weekend. Then it moves off to the east, and temperatures really rebound pretty quickly. The following week, we jump in the 50s and 60s. I'm estimating that we stay below freezing in the metro area for 3.5 days. All right, heavy snowfall, heaviest snow occurs to our northeast, eastern Kansas, Missouri. You could see 1 to 3 inches north and east of Tulsa area, about an inch in Tulsa. A dusting to a half inch in the metro area, flurries down to the south.
Whistle.
Cold and the wind. So today, mostly cloudy, south wind, little sunshine, up around 50 degrees. Tonight, that first front comes in, pushes down to the south, a little colder to the northwest, 20s and 30s, low 40s down to the southeast. And then tomorrow, that front stalls down through southern Oklahoma, so it's colder, but then goes north, 30s, low 40s to 50s down to the south.
Tuesday afternoon, high of 40. Yeah. Then the winds are going to
Thursday morning, so 40s and 50s, then much colder on Thursday.
So we're good till Thursday morning.
20, 30 below dangerously cold, all right?
That's even 38 degrees Thursday morning.
On Friday morning, 17 sunny on Friday, 9 on Christmas Eve morning, 22 Christmas Eve afternoon, Christmas morning 10, and then we finally get about 3 on Christmas Day and we jump in the 50s later that next week. So it's going to be dry, but very cold Christmas weekend. That's the way Santa likes it coming in Christmas Eve. It's going to be cold, beautiful one. No, so Rudolph really doesn't even know going to drop. Right, so that's the way it looks like. It's cold.
And with the holidays and all kinds of fun activities coming up, Centerville Hanukkah Festival kicked off yesterday.
Hundreds of members of the Oklahoma City Jewish community came together for the city's 10th annual lighting. Mayor David Holt, as well as Representative Stephanie Price, were on hand to experience this event.
And this isn't the Chabad's menorah or the Jewish community's menorah, it's Oklahoma City's menorah, and it will be lit proudly right here at Centerville Park.
This would not happen with our great sponsors that had the vision to see that Oklahoma City can have an amazing Hanukkah event right here downtown. We thank you.
An additional candle will be lit each night until all 8 are lit.
Very cool.
Indeed. Well, the U.S. has reached a grim milestone, surpassing 100 million COVID-19 cases.
According to a tally by NBC News, just under 100,700,000 cases of COVID-19 have been detected in the U.S. with nearly 1.1 million deaths since the start of the pandemic. Who would ever believe it? Globally, the latest numbers show almost 7 million COVID-19 cases and almost equal number of deaths. Here, hopefully, increase in opposition comes largely from shifts among people who identify as Republicans or between Republicans.
Also ahead on Oklahoma's News 4, a unique opportunity for a handful of Oklahoma City students.
How the students got to show off their creativity for their feet.
Let's review just about everything. For the best reviews, go to bestreviews.com. Service enlightening.
Everybody in my house knows how to ride a bike safely. People ask. I get children how to ride a bike, and you do. I didn't teach them. I just created an environment where they taught themselves. And all I have to do is be there.
Okay.
Veteran. When you're struggling, children becomes later, becomes someday, becomes when. Don't.
Find resources at
If you're buzzed and doing this, make yourself feel okay to drive. You're not okay to drive.
In terms of times, I think there is so much more to make that choice continue to love.
Our eyes and our ears and also Idaho. Very, very big science that you discovered, which is more complicated.
All right, well, welcome back, everyone. Today's pet photo of the day is Ivy from Mustang. Ivy loves playing chase with her brother, and she is as cute as a brother.
Ivy, way to go. Share a picture of your belt with the videobar.com/pets.
Oh, this is a pretty cool idea. 16 students were treated to a sneaker customizing workshop.
Yeah, this event was sponsored by the Poetry and Chill Amazing Kid. The nonprofit organization offers literacy and social and cultural learning workshops all across the metro area. The event included covers artist David Alexander and artist Angel Little and Joseph Neal. Students received a new pair of
Cool, look at their faces, they're so excited. That is awesome. Well, NBC introduces a new game show for the holidays tonight. In fact, it'll air every night this week and next week.
That's all the they're trying to help contestants in the middle with the credit by answering trivia questions. Show's creator and host, Michael McIntyre, and from the board/trivia. He says the inspiration for his show came to him in a bathtub.
I don't know if it was a certain blend of essential oils. I don't know what happened that day. It was literally my eureka moment. I actually got 2 shows that day. It was a great bath. It was a lockdown. I didn't even need a bath. I was just there to get away from my family, to be honest.
Oh my God. Well, we'll air Monday through Friday this week at 9 p.m. but then at 7 p.m. next week.
Imagine that.
Yeah, for example, check it out. That's pretty fun.
Yeah, indeed it does. Just imagine that. You're in the shower or taking a bath and you just have
Not a great show.
Oh, great show. Okay. All right. Well, whatever floats your boat.
You can find some over your fire. All right. Get out the water. I tell you what, we got big things coming our way. Out the door this morning around 40 or 55 from southwind. This afternoon, variable cloud sunshine, south breeze, 50 degrees. So my radar today is 70. Nice. 50. Dropping out there. Hold on. The whole way.
Yes, I think how we do.
Go ahead, for the holidays on the air, they have all the book travel
Turkey residents are sharing a warning as it has reached a new record high of incidents involving people packing guns incorrectly. More on that right now.
I just created a drive with a big fucking server, not like to do it.
If you're lucky enough to follow it, my cricket will play. And all the glory is accurate. They're good over the
When you're struggling, truly, because later, there comes someday, there comes When? We try.
Love your favorite history. The Gold Market and County officials that reject a $13,000 bid house. Big expense coming up. The book will be released with County University for Adam Fire. Happy Monday to you. Now, Twitter today is the first day we can last minute shopping time.
Yeah, because of the big Arctic blast that's going to be arriving sometime late Wednesday night, early Thursday morning from northwest to southeast across the state. Right now, we're not too bad. Mostly cloudy, south winds, and temperatures are kind of chilly, but we are above freezing. There's a look downtown Oakland City. Cloudy, south winds. Little system came through overnight. Unfortunately, not that much moisture. We're still in a drought. We need moisture, and we're in a really dry weather pattern. So that rapidly came through, moving away in changes right now. Mostly cloudy skies here in central Oklahoma. Temperatures in the low to mid 40s. Shawnee, you're 43. Kingfisher right now, 45. Got some 30s in the western Oklahoma, 20s. Most of the area way above freezing. County right now, 44. Winds are strong and gusty out of the south-southeast. The strongest winds from Oklahoma City to western Oklahoma. We're seeing winds gusting out the south, over 30 miles per hour. You know what that means? It feels a lot cold if you're going outside. Got to prepare for it. Feels like temperatures in the 30s, colder out there in the Panhandle. So for the metro, around 40 degrees out the door this morning, mostly cloudy, strong south wind. Lunchtime 47, this afternoon, variable cloud sunshine, strong south wind around 50 degrees. We can handle that. 10 o'clock, 42, partly cloudy skies. All right, where is it? There it is. It's below zero across the northern plains and northern Rockies right now. We're going to track this Arctic blast into Oklahoma prior to the Christmas weekend. Details coming up.
All right, Sean, thank you. Well, right now, an active shooting investigation is underway in Oklahoma City.
Now, police are investigating the shooting at the London Square Village Apartments near Northwest 10th and North Council. It happened last night about 8 p.m. Police say the victim was shot 3 times, and right now a suspect description has not been released. A woman came to the hospital after a shooting at the farmer's market in Oklahoma City.
Police were called to this area around 3 a.m. Sunday after this woman was shot near Reno and Exchange. At last check, she is in serious condition. Right now, there is no information on the suspect or motive at this time. Now to Norman, where police are investigating a shooting that left a person dead.
Yeah, this happened very close to Norman High School near North Flood Avenue and West Robinson Street in the Lexington Crossing mobile home park. Now, Norman police responded to a call of a possible shooting and found one person dead inside a car. Very limited information at this time, but police say they are still looking for a suspect in that case.
But investigators are still unrelated to what happened. The one victim is the only one we're aware of.
However, police say there were social media reports of this incident involving an officer, but there were no police officers involved.
Fire crews investigated a house fire that happened early Saturday morning.
Neighbors calling 911 after seeing the home full of flames. This is near Southeast 29th and High. Thankfully, no one was hurt. The cause of this fire remains under investigation. Well, a missing woman has been safely located.
Police tell us that Sonny Wingo disappeared Saturday afternoon near Southwest 44th and Western. She was last seen after she went to visit her husband at a hospital there in the area. Police sent out a message saying they found her around 8 o'clock that night. Thankfully, she was found safe, and the OP says she had just run out of gas on a highway. The Winthrop County Jail Administrator is sharing the next steps for the troubled jail.
Randy Gardner spoke at Ebenezer Church yesterday morning during their 10:30 service. Gardner spoke about the jail's current condition and the multiple cases of abuse. She said she is working hard to keep the jail and staff members protected.
You must have a servant's heart, and you must know what it means to really make a difference and dedicate yourself to being that difference. It's easy to judge someone based on how they look or present, but I encourage you to look past that and remember that everyone has a story.
Gardner went on to say it's hers and others' obligation to provide a safe, caring environment for those who wind up going to the county jail system. Well, the short suburban hotel has been sold to the Chickasaw Nation and an investment firm.
This is big. The purchase of the hotel was finalized on Friday. The investors say they have $15 million set aside for renovations, including a refresh of guest rooms and banquet halls. This will start next year. The suburban will stay open during this time. The hotel was built in 1910 and is the oldest in Oklahoma.
Such a cool place.
Indeed. Elected officials in Oklahoma County voting to give themselves a huge pay raise.
$13,000 increase is the second largest raise since 2020. News Force AJ Goins breaks it down for you.
Motion passes 6-1.
A majority vote at Thursday's budget meeting leads to a raise for 8 Oklahoma County elected leaders, starting in the new year. In the past 2 years, elected county officials getting 2 separate raises for $30,000. Some claim the decision comes due to the growing cost of living.
Even though you're making the same, your ability to keep your lifestyle, your ability to save your money and do what you do each and every day of your life has lowered because of inflation.
Recently, the county also gave its employees an 8.5% raise to fight inflation, and this move allows elected leaders to pay its staff even more in the future. District 2 County Commissioner Brian Mon, who was the lone no vote, says the system is flawed.
The elected officials who get the maximum pay raise that are entering into office in January will be able to pay their staff doing the same job infinitely more.
For instance, Mon will get $7,000 of that raise because his term doesn't start in the new year. For those just elected, he'll get the full amount. His employees also won't benefit.
I just think unfairly that it's been put down on these employees who, by no fault of their own, have to work for a set of elected officials who were elected to cycle 2 years ago.
The salaries, which are public record, will look like this starting January 3rd. The county treasurer receives around $124,000. The court clerk, sheriff, and commissioner of District 2 get paid just over $130,000. Commissioners in Districts 1 and 3, as well as the county assessor, make a little more than $135,000, and once the county clerk is elected in April, will make $135,000 as well.
That District 2 commissioner who voted no said he would reach out to the Attorney General's office and possibly look into legislation to see what can be done about equal pay.
And a heads up for job hunters this morning, as the U.S. Postal Service is looking to hire Oklahomans for a brand new career position. The agency needs 200 people to be postal vehicle operators. Those are drivers who operate postal vehicles but do not need to have a commercial driver's license. Starting pay is $25.70 an hour. There will be a job fair from 9:30 to 2:30 tomorrow. You can find more information at the website you see right there on your screen.
Well, that's one of the biggest Christmas giveaways in Oklahoma County. Hundreds of thousands of dollars worth of items were given to families in need this weekend.
Evidence for Baptist Church, here they go again in Mobile, Oklahoma City, holding their third annual Christmas giveaway. News Force Ashton lost on a front row seat to Christmas story.
We live in a time that so many people are living without any hope.
But on this chilly December day, that's what this corner of the community is bringing to its neighbors in need.
It has such a deep impact because there's such a great need that's going on in our country right now. With people they're just not able to make ends meet.
With truckloads of food and supplies available, folks are driving away with as little or as much support as they can carry. Hearts are full, loud.
Cars are just like lined up.
around the corner. It's such a blessing that we're afforded the opportunity to just bless people who need it in the wake of them losing their classmates.
Among today's volunteers, these members of the Westmore High School community, still reeling from the tragic death of one of their classmates this week in a car crash. But right now they're here, pushing past their grief.
For these young people to give back, even in the midst of their own experiences right now that they're dealing with, it means a lot. Always joy to be able to participate in what the community is doing.
Undeterred by the cold, these folks continue feeling cars in hand, and the pastor with a key piece of advice for the holiday.
I would just communicate to someone, regardless if they're full of joy and happy or if they're low in spirit, go serve someone.
News 4's Ashley Moss reporting for us this morning. Organizers say in total, they gave out more than 900 coats to children.
They really walk there. These are for sure. 6:09 now this morning.
All right, Austin, time to check in with you for the traffic. It looks clean and green on the screen behind you.
Yeah, for the most part. I haven't had too many issues so far this morning. Only one wreck working right now in the metro. The last time I looked at it, it wasn't causing any problems. That's the good news as of right now, and it looks like it's staying that way. However, this is an area that can really, really get bad, especially with backups when wrecks happen here on I-44 where it turns into 66 up there, especially. So be on the lookout for this one. This is right here at Northwest 23rd, I-44, just east of Portland. Right now, not causing too many problems, but as the warning goes on, that could definitely start to cause some problems as we go on. I'll keep you updated on that. We only have one small construction project really working right now. All the other small ones ended around 5 o'clock this morning that you would need to worry about today. So other than that, you're looking okay. Westbound I-40 will be narrowed to one lane between Peterborough Drive, Sunny Lake Road, 9 a.m. to 3 p.m. They're doing some striping out there, heading out a little late. Lunchtime, a little after lunchtime, you're going to want to look out for that. This is already an area that has a ton of construction taking place. We've seen wrecks out here and even further east of here as well. So you want to keep your eye on that, guys. We'll have some drive times for you coming here in just a bit. But for now, it's fantastic.
Austin, sounds good. Thank you. Still ahead here on News 4, the Christmas holiday almost here. Maybe celebrating with songs of the season.
Coming up, my son's students in Yukon learned a different type of song to make sure their entire class could sing along.
You're watching Oklahoma's News 4 This Morning with Ali Meyer, Ted Ogle, Emily Sutton, John Slater, Bria Berry, and Austin Brissett. Oklahoma's News 4, looking out for you.
This isn't that big deal. It actually keeps a watch party here. I feel like you should turn around and yell, "We're calling it for your guy." Maybe they have the wrong channel on.
There's something that they might want to change the free CNN to News Nation. If you watch News Nation, you're ahead of the game.
In terms of the hate crime, I think there is so much more to be done to make that truth continue to work.
What the other son can do, you can just see people faces. It's such an incredible moment. Those moments that are my favorite. Listen, when you're struggling, soon becomes later, becomes someday, becomes when. Good. Reach out.
Find resources at va.gov/.
Okay. Good.
If you love me enough to tolerate my perfect little pet and all my glorious dander, then of course over to nhksra.com. That's where it is. You can read it quickly.
Trust Reviews is an unbiased team of research products in real-world situations with reliable recommendations on just about everything. For the best reviews, go to bestreviews.com. There's when.
If you're buzzed and doing this to make yourself feel okay to drive, you're not okay to drive.
yell for warm weather with John Slater.
And good Monday morning, Oklahoma. I hope you had a fantastic weekend. Well, let's see what's going on. Northern weather outside right now. We have our cloud cover. It's south breeze, and temperatures are way above freezing. A little colder, that south wind makes it feel colder, but all in all, not too bad. But here's what's coming down the road. Arctic blast still on track across northwestern Oklahoma Wednesday night into the metro around sunrise Thursday morning is when that Arctic blast arrives to Oklahoma City. Strong north winds behind that front 40 to 60 miles per hour, and temperatures falling into the single digits during the afternoon at the same time. So that's going to produce dangerously cold wind chill values. 0, right? With those strong wind gusts, we could see some power outages as well. So if you lose power, you might lose heat. You've got to definitely make sure you have a way to stay warm if you lose power on Thursday behind this Arctic blast. In terms of snow here in the metro area, I think we will see some light snow and flurries squeezed out as the cold air rushes in up to a half-inch of accumulation possible in the metro area, kind of blowing off the road. So it shouldn't be a big deal in terms of travel. Heavy snow will occur to our north and eastern Kansas, Missouri. Heavy snow up there, maybe a few inches far northeastern Oklahoma, maybe about an inch from Stillwater to Tulsa. Here in the metro, again, adjusting to about a half inch, and just few flurries down to the south and southwest. That's the way it's looking right now. Here's the big story. It's just the wind and the cold. First gas, we'll say good morning to Little King here, courtesy of Country Roads Animal Rescue. King, he's taking over and he's still looking for a rubber home. All right, out the door this morning, upper 30s, low 40s, mostly cloudy skies, strong winds out of the south. By lunchtime, mostly cloudy, partly sunny, 47. This afternoon, gravel cloudy and sunshine. Gusty winds out of the south. We'll see a high around 50 degrees, so not bad comparing what's coming down the road here. Outside, it's mostly cloudy right now, 43 here at TV Station. South wind is 16. Little gusty, making it feel colder. The temperatures above freezing, low to the 40s here in central Oklahoma, and 30s in northwestern Oklahoma, and 20s in Panhandle, but the majority of the state above freezing at this point. The wind is powering out of the south, especially from around Oklahoma City to the west, out of the south gusting over 30 miles per hour. So that's making it feel colder, obviously. It feels like temperatures are factoring this morning, maybe in the 30s, plus the main portion of the state, a little colder out there in the Panhandle. And there's the Arctic air mass looming just to our northwest. Temperatures below zero, northern Rockies or the plains right now. Again, the leading edge moves into western Oklahoma Wednesday night, hits the metro around sunrise on Thursday morning. Okay, so enjoy the next few days. It's not that bad, really. So that little system from last night moving away. Unfortunately, we did not get much moisture out of that. We still have a drought situation. We could lose moisture, but we're in a very dry weather pattern. It's mostly cloudy here in central Oklahoma right now. Had a light winter mix in northwestern Oklahoma earlier. That is changing the snow and rapidly moving up into Kansas. So for your Monday afternoon, variable cloud sunshine, wind out of the south. High here in central Oklahoma around 50. A little cooler north and west behind a weak front. And also more clouds to the east, a little cooler in eastern Oklahoma. Fortnight, that weak front settles down to the southeast. 20s to the northwest, 40s out of the southeast, tonight mostly cloudy skies. And then tomorrow, that front stalls to the south. So 30s to the north, near 50 down to the south. This front is not prepared to Friday front. Okay, it's coming in Wednesday night, Thursday morning. So there it is. That's when things go downhill. We're around 40 early Thursday before that front arrives. We drop into single digits on Thursday afternoon. We'll squeeze out some light snow and flurries. Very strong low winds will produce wind chill factors down to around 20 to 30 below. Again, with a cold at a 2 above. Friday morning, 17, sunny. Friday afternoon, 9 on Christmas Eve morning. Christmas Eve afternoon, 22. And there's Christmas Day, 10 in the morning. I think we finally get above freezing on Christmas afternoon after sunshine, jumping to 50 that next week. So I'm kind of doing the math. I think we're below freezing here in the metro area for 3.5 days. Starting early Thursday morning until we went above freezing on Sunday afternoon. Kind of weird to have such a warm rebound after such a cold day. That's one of the differences about this. It's very, very cold. It only lasts about 4 days. And it's gone, and we're back in the 50s. How about that?
That's a good news.
Yeah.
Don't need this thing sitting around for too long.
Yeah. Well, we go. It's cold.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you.
Well, a group of UConn students made sure everyone could get in on the holiday spirit after giving a very special gift to one of their classmates.
Nearly every fourth grader at Independence Intermediate